Yeah, and a curious development this. It's just been confirmed to us by the Pentagon that 1.1 million rounds of 7.62 millimeter ammunition, that is standard issue Ukrainian ammunition used in Kalashnikov Soviet-era rifles, has been transferred from storage facilities in the Middle East, US storage facilities, to the Ukrainian military. This transfer took place on Monday. It's interesting because these are rounds that were seized by the United States Navy in December last year from a dhow, from a boat that was intercepted by the US Navy in the Arabian Peninsula. The dhow, the boat that was seized, was operated by the Iranian military. It was en route, we are told, from Iran to Yemen to supply the Houthi rebel group in Yemen in that ongoing civil war. It was seized by the Americans, and since then, those just over a million rounds of ammunition and other weaponry, more sophisticated weaponry as well, has been in storage. And the Americans have been trying to work out a legal way to be able to transfer those weapons to Ukraine. Under UN regulations, weapons that are seized are supposed to be stored or destroyed, but somehow the Americans seem to have got round that, at least for the small arms ammunition, and are transferring it, or have now transferred it to Ukraine. Now, this is symbolically very significant for the Americans as well, because, as we know, the Iranians have been supplying the Russians with weapons. So it is somewhat satisfying from an American and Ukrainian perspective that they can use seized Iranian weapons and give them to the other side, to the Ukrainians. The wider story here, Mark, is important too, because American funding for Ukraine at the moment is on hold because of the meltdown on Capitol Hill. A bill passed at the weekend on Capitol Hill, a spending bill, did not include funding for Ukraine. So at the moment, American funding for Ukraine is on hold as a consequence of the meltdown, and it's compounded further because of the ousting yesterday of the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, who was an advocate for the funding of Ukraine. So two parallel stories here, but very interesting that these 1.1 million rounds of Ukraine, of ammunition, are being sent to Ukraine. And just yesterday, a senior NATO official gave quite a stark assessment of just how short of weaponry the Ukrainians are. He said the bottom of the barrel is now visible.